There is no guarantee for success, but there are ways to get closer to it when you do the right things. Who you surround yourself with is just as important as what you do. Finding the right people, the right classes, the right activities, and taking the right tests are all decisions that shape your future. Find out more today on Destination University with Dr. Cynthia Colon. Dr. Colon and her guests will give you the tips you need, whether you're a student, parent, or educator. Now, here is your host, Dr. Cynthia Colon.
Welcome to Destination University. If you are a college-bound teen or a champion of one, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. We're running a special series interviewing real teens with real dreams who've been admitted to college. I'm your host, Dr. Cynthia Colon, author of the book Be Committed, Get Admitted, and founder of Dream College Academy and College Essay Bootcamp. Wherever you are tuning in from, you are in for a treat. Grab your beverage of choice and a notepad because you're going to hear some golden nuggets from our big star today, Malik. Today, you're going to learn what Malik did right, any regrets he might have, and he'll reveal exactly where he's headed to his dream college coming very, very soon. So without further ado, we're going to get started with Malik. Hi, Malik. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. I hope everyone is also doing well and that you enjoy the show.
Oh my gosh, they are going to get some treats from you for sure. So, let's just dive in terms of, we have campers, alumni campers from all over the country. And so you're no different. So share exactly, where you're from, literally what high school you went to, where you're tuning in from, and anything about maybe you, your family, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So my name is Malik, as Dr. C said. I currently live in Alexandria, Virginia, which is about 10 minutes outside of DC. I go to Alexandria City High School, and I've lived here for the past 6 years, and I really loved it here. My mom and I originally moved from Pennsylvania, and before that, she was overseas, but I'm just loving it here in Alexandria.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, you should all know, those of you who are watching or listening, that Malik and I met when Malik was just finishing his freshman year. So we've known each other quite some time. So it's great to see you, Malik. Let's start with the juicy stuff. Don't give away where you're going, where you've chosen, but give us a sense of all of the different colleges you were, you have the luxury of having a lot of choices. So where were you admitted to college?
Mm-hmm. So to start with some of the local schools in Virginia, I got into JMU, Virginia Commonwealth University, Virginia Tech, and then also William and Mary. Outside of that, I did look at some other places like I got into Tulane, Alabama, and Penn State.
Wow. Were you looking for sort of that traditional kind of college experience? It sounds like from the schools you mentioned. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things I also did was chase merit. So that was also where a lot of the schools I was getting money from. But yeah, I do. I am a big sports guy, and I love a campus culture, and that's definitely something that I look forward to when I take the next steps into college.
Now, you know what? I've interviewed a few students already, and we haven't really touched on the merit, but can you just say a few words? Like, did you have to do several steps, or was it just by applying to the college you were sort of automatically in the running for merit money?
Mm-hmm. So it definitely started with research. My mom and I worked, especially since freshman, sophomore year, just looking at different things that I might be able to just automatically qualify for, and then also scholarships that I directly applied to the schools. So it was a little bit of both, but at some of the bigger schools, I was definitely automatically given some aid, based on my test scores.
Yeah, you did really well with that merit aid. So good for you for doing that. So what our listeners like to know is, in terms of someone like you had riches of choices here. So looking back on your 4 years of high school, what did you do right? What would you say you did really well? And if you were giving advice to someone who's just starting on their journey, what would you say?
So number one, I would say the thing that helped me the most was staying organized and setting myself a schedule. I was very involved throughout my school with both sports and extracurriculars. So in order to keep it balanced, I felt that throughout the 4 years, I really needed to set times where I could specify whether I'm studying, working on projects, or just having little me time. And I think that that balance really allowed me to succeed. Additionally, working with teachers was something that I definitely would recommend to any student that is going through the same process. Whether it's just getting like letters of recommendation or just in a class where you struggle in, I feel like I've learned so much from the teachers that surrounded me. A lot of them have been teaching for numerous years, and their insight really allowed me to have an insight into the college application process. And then I would say another piece of advice that I would give is to stay consistent. It can be very difficult to navigate through the different things that you experience in high school, but staying consistent and showing up every day in the classroom and outside of that is definitely very important.
That's the favorite piece of advice that you have is to stay consistent. I often say this is a temporary part-time job, but can you give an example of what that meant for you to stay consistent? Did you have sort of something that you were trying to chip away at every week, or what does that look like?
So I think a good example is last year in my AP Calculus class. That's definitely the course that I struggled with the most. The second quarter, I got a really bad grade that definitely didn't reflect the effort that I was putting in. But I pushed through and told myself that after winter break, I would show up every day after school and just work towards a goal of improving my grade and just really learning the material that would benefit me in the future.
Interesting. Another thing that I've heard you talk about before is just surrounding yourself with like-minded friends and people. So what does that look like, or how did you sort of, in terms of high school, what did that look like?
Yeah, so I forgot to mention that, but yeah, I would say, especially with the organizations that I was involved in, I would say the number one place where I found like-minded individuals was in the Academy of Finance, because that is what I want to pursue in college. And it was just really exciting to see how similar and also how different we could be. Just like gleaning off pieces of insight that they had, whether it was in a group project or just in general, just conversations, learning more about people who want to succeed academically and really want to make the next steps to succeed.
Oh, so good. So good, Malik. Well, you had some great success. So share with everyone sort of like your highlight reel. If we were to sort of go back and sort of make a 60-second little video of all the great things that you did, what are some of the top key things that you were involved in or did, outside of class?
So I'll start with probably like the extracurricular that I valued the most. That was my time as event coordinator for my school's Key Club. I was involved in the program all 4 years of high school, but in my junior year, I was finally able to make the step up and work as event coordinator, which meant that I was able to plan events with my school through different organizations throughout the city. And I feel like that that specific experience and just allowing the other people to work with the different agencies really was something that was meaningful to me. Additionally, I did 4 years of cross country and track at my school, and that was where I was able to meet some of the friends that I still hold very dear to my heart. And another extracurricular was actually through Dr. Cologne herself. I was able to work through Junior College Academy, and I feel like my leadership skills were really put to the test in certain situations that I had never experienced before. Just helping students like maybe even you watching this find the place for their next home. Additionally, specifically for my interest, which is business/finance, as I said a little earlier in the podcast, I was involved in the Academy of Finance. I also did DECA and FBLA, which is Future Business Leaders of America, and was able to compete throughout my high school.
We've had some other students who've done DECA. What does DECA stand for, and what was the competition like?
So I think it stands for Distributive Education Curriculum of America. And the competition that I specifically competed in was sports and entertainment marketing, but it's more broad throughout all of business, whether it be business pitches or role plays. I specifically did a role play where I was put in a scenario and I had to think on the fly about how to improve a business.
So good. So what I heard Malik say, those of you who are watching and listening, you have this sort of grouping of activities that you did that would fall under the line along the lines of sort of community service. Your event coordinator, and you were sort of, tapping into service activities. And then also he mentioned Dream College Academy, which we run, and you were a mentor to students who basically go to a school that 85% of them are free and reduced lunch. So very underserved community that you were working with. And then there's this other group of activities that you did that aligned with your interest in business, which ultimately you applied to. So I see those two buckets. And of course you did the track and field, as you said, but were you sort of strategic about that? Like, you were always seeking out those business activities, or when did you kind of put together that that's what you wanted to do as possible major in a career?
Mm-hmm. So coming into high school, I actually didn't want to pursue business. I was looking more at the STEM side. So my freshman year, I did kind of plan it out strategically, and I applied to the STEM program at my school. But after my first year, I kind of decided that wasn't necessarily for me. So I looked for other outlets that could maybe align with what I want to do in the future. And I would say about my sophomore year, that's when I applied to the Academy of Finance at the end of my freshman year. And after my experience in the academy, that's pretty much when I decided that, yeah, I would try and apply for things like FBLA and DECA. So it was somewhat strategic, but in the beginning, it wasn't as planned.
But good for you for knowing that, or figuring out that that's not really what you wanted, and then making a pivot. So that's a good golden nugget right there for sure. Okay, so one of the things that, what I like the most is when students really share their real truth. I mean, this process is not for the faint of heart. It's their ups and downs and everything. So if you're being honest and you're being candid with everyone, is there anything that you would do differently, or that you regret, or that you had a bump in the road? Anything that you can share with us?
Mm-hmm. So I want to start, I'd say I started the application process pretty early because I had tips from people like Dr. C. So that was in like maybe June, July of my year going into senior year. And I feel like I was really like passionate, motivated, and I really knew like exactly I got everything done on time. But as I continued to the end of the process, I feel like I did get a little bit run down and like tired as I was finishing up applying to the schools. So I would say like one of my regrets is not like fully pushing through, but I mean, I'm still working on, like, as I said before, I really like to schedule things and really find a balance. And additionally, I feel like I could have been more connected with the organizations around my city. More, as I said, I was event coordinator of my school's Key Club, but like directly working for organizations, like I feel like I could have explored that more. But as I move on to my college experience, I definitely want to work with like firsthand on the lines with some organizations.
So good. Thanks for sharing. I didn't really know all of those things that, this is a long journey. And, you started, you did the right thing by starting early. Your mom, found us and we met, right, like we said, right after your freshman year. But it's a long journey. So you do need those sort of people to kind of keep you going all the way to the finish line. So thanks for sharing that. It's really nice. When you were investigating colleges, what was most important to you? What were you looking for? What were the values that you had that you wanted to see come out in your college experience?
Okay, so I feel like the most important one that I wanted to start with was location. I really wanted a school, not necessarily in a big city, but in a place big enough where I would be able to grow as a person and really expand on some of like the relationships and people that I meet. That's very important for me. Additionally, as I said, the culture of a campus is very important. As I said, I'm a big sports person, so whether that be sporting events and just overall pride that you have on your campus is very important to me. Additionally, the extracurriculars that a school has to offer, and to expand a little bit more on that, like, because I was so involved in high school, I also want to do the same thing in college and really continue to explore whether it be collegiate level DECA or just other business related things that I'm able to explore. And one more thing that I'd look for that I didn't put on my original list is just being able to undergo undergraduate research and really have a good connection with my professors. I feel like that would definitely be important as I'm trying to grow as a person and really learn in times of difficulty.
Ooh, that's a good one to add. Okay, so you're right after my own heart. I'm a big collegiate sports fan for sure, so that I can see that was important to you. And what you said about research, I mean, like, I don't think too many students think about that maybe beforehand, just don't know about it, but connecting with professors is very important, as you think, especially if you're thinking that you might go on to graduate school, whether it's to get your MBA or whatever. Having those connections and relationships with professors, very, very important. Ooh, okay, Malik. Now you're going to tell us where you're going to college. And so I'm going to do like a little bit of a drum roll here. And then you're also going to share with us some kind of cool facts about the school as well. But all right, so I'm going to do a little drum roll. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, Malik, share with everyone where you're headed. Here comes Mom.
Hi, Dr. C.
I'm going to be attending the University of Virginia in the fall.
Oh my God, Mom's got oh my God, you're all about it. I love it. Woo! Congratulations. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Congratulations. Come on in, Mom. So this is super exciting. We were just saying how, we met when he was so young, and now look at him now. So Mom, what would you like to say to your son? And as he's getting ready to, not too far from now, head to college?
Malik, I'm just so proud of you. You've worked so hard from junior high up to high school with everything that you've accomplished, with all your extracurriculars and all the research you've done at schools. So I'm just very proud of you, and I'm very excited for your future. I also want to thank you, Dr. C, for being a big impact on his life. I don't think we could have done it without your help. Having him enrolled in Dream College Academy, and that the Essay Bootcamp really boosted his chances for all those acceptances, and we could not have done it without you. So thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. Well, Malik has just really grown with our family, as he talked about being a mentor at Dream College Academy, and just having that confidence to just keep going and pushing forward. So I love the habits that you've created for yourself, Malik. You set yourself up for success. So share with us something kind of cool or different about UVA that maybe, we don't all know. Maybe I don't think even what you have, I don't think I even know that. So share with us.
So I have two things. First is called the Beta Bridge. It's basically a bridge that runs throughout the middle of campus, and each year students are able to write meaningful messages that they want like the underclassmen to see, like right when they step foot on campus. And that's definitely something I studied too. And then also another event that is kind of cool and different from other schools is streaking the lawn. So on your senior year, you run across the main lawn and without that many clothes. And
oh my gosh. Okay, so I definitely did not know that. That's pretty hilarious. So that is fantastic. So UVA had all of the things that you had just mentioned that you were looking for in a college, and you're going to do so well, and you're going to be, great, and it's going to set you up for success. So super, super proud of you. Oh my gosh. Are you so excited? When do you, I think I asked you this before we recorded, but when do you take off?
So I have orientation, July 25th, and then, I officially move in, August 18th.
Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, hold tight. I'm going to do the little wrap up here, and then we'll both wave goodbye to our audience here. So, oh my God. I told you guys were in for a treat. I mean, what's not to love about Malik and his mom? Let's thank Malik for being here with us today. Like I said, applying to college is not for the faint of heart. Students like Malik are courageous and brave beyond belief to go through this process without knowing what's going to happen at the other end. So if you are watching today and want to learn more about the college application process, head on over to my website and download your free gift from me. You can go to drcynthiacolon.com, drcynthiacolon.com, or if it's easier to remember, you can also just type in destination university, YOU.com, and it'll take you to the same place. Also, if this episode has in any way fueled your confidence or helped to build your own dreams, please share this episode with 3 people in the next 30 minutes. And if you are watching on YouTube, please hit subscribe. You can also comment, and we'll be sure to answer any questions that you might have. You might have questions about Essay Bootcamp or Dream College Academy. All those things can be found on the website, but also you can also just schedule a call, a free consultation with yours truly. Parents, you can join our Facebook group called Destination University, just like this podcast. That's all I have for you today, my dreamers. Remember, if you are a dreamer and a doer, just like Malik, you are welcome to join our family. Join us every week, the same time, same place. Until then, wherever you are, make sure you make it a happy and sunny day. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening this week to Destination University. Be sure to join Dr. Cynthia Colon again and get one step closer to your success.